What's up, everyone? Hope your day is going well so far. I know mine is, because the market is doing exactly what we had talked about earlier today, what we had talked about yesterday. Started with that little bitty shakeout drop earlier on in the day, but we've had a subsequent bounce. We're looking good. The market got into gear. ADA's above 68 cents at the time of filming this video. And now we are seeing some very promising signs for what may be coming next. And I want to talk about that in this video with you guys. Do also want to talk about something that the DApp analyst pointed out, something that was there in September of 2020 that we're still currently at right now, showing that we may be on the verge of some big upside potential in terms of ADA. Obviously, there's no financial advice. This isn't a guarantee or anything like that. And we also need to talk about a big integration that took place in terms of Cardano. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So yes, earlier on today, early US money, they started to sell a little bit into the day. And frankly, it didn't matter because the stock market woke up, it turned green, it's looking great for the day. And we kind of saw this essentially delayed fuse, if you will, on the news that the US and China are getting together on Thursday, and it sounds very likely that they're going to put together a trade deal. And this has caused a lot of excitement. And what we're watching now is capital start to rotate back to markets. For example, we actually saw gold breach $4,000 to the downside for the first time since earlier this month. So that is a big shift that we've been waiting for. And so now it looks like a lot of people were stuck chasing gold, and now they're going to be flocking back. At the same time, we're also watching US M2 supply rising. We've talked about global M2 liquidity for quite some time, and the market seems primed for a little bit of a catch-up. There's been this huge divergence in the charts there, so it seems like we're going to get back on track there as time progresses. So this is all looking very good. And again, it's a Monday. I'm not trying to get too far ahead of myself. I obviously know that things can turn very quickly in the crypto market, but you're starting to see a sense of confidence return when it had been kind of just chilling on the sidelines for at least a while. Now, the DApp analyst pointed out something very interesting here. Now, this is according to CCV Intelligence. I believe this is actually Dan Gambardello's crypto capital venture site. What this is actually showing right now is that we are at the same risk score in terms of ADA that we were back in September of 2020. So we're currently sitting at a 33. Now, what's interesting is at that time, ADA was at 7.7 cents, and we are currently at 68 cents. So that should give everybody a little sense of excitement for what ADA can do. And this, I don't know what exactly goes into these ratings or how these numbers come about, but the sentiment has been pretty terrible at higher and higher prices. And the sentiment gets really garbage at bottoms. And it gets really kind of euphoric when we go on these rips. And the sentiment has been so terrible lately, while we've been seeing whales accumulate and conviction, or those that are convicted to continue to add to their bags. And so it seems like there's a lot of capital and a lot of people that are currently stuck on the sidelines that are going to get stuck chasing here whenever the market decides to rip next. Again, I'm not saying that's today. I'm not saying that's this week. I think it's going to be kind of random. We just need some continuity. We just need this to just happen in one wave and might just trigger and send, right? That's the way these things have gone as of late. Now, that being said, there was a big integration that took place in terms of Cardano that everybody needs to be aware of. You may not understand it, and that's fine, but Cardano is integrating X402, a payment standard developed by Coinbase and adopted by Google Agent Payment Protocol, and this is AP2. Built on the HTTP 402 payment code, X402 allows users and AI agents to make instant on-chain payments using any stablecoin, no registration, no email, no OAuth, no centralized intermediaries. And he went on to say, are we witnessing the birth of the machine-to-machine economy in Cardano? And this seems like another one of those times where Cardano is really testing itself out in many different use cases. We saw this last market cycle when it came to NFTs. We saw a meme coin explosion at one point here in Cardano too. We're obviously talking about digital ID systems. We've talked about that for a long time in terms of obviously Argentina and in terms of Africa. And now we're talking about big payment networks in terms of Cardano and adopting existing protocols and really bridging that Web 2 and Web 3 world. And So this is just another example of Cardano taking these big major steps forward and kind of being ahead of the curve. I haven't heard if other blockchains are going to be doing this as well. I'm sure they will try to jump on board to obviously get that further use case. But this is pretty big stuff, guys. I like where we're at right now. Again, it's a Monday at the end of October. I'm not getting crazy excited, but at the same time, we know what Q4 can lead to. This Q4 has been kind of trash so far, but there are so many positive things that we still have to look forward to. And this is just showing us that anybody that right now is bearish, I think there's going to be a point where they're just kind of left behind. So that's my thoughts. I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you in the next one. Take care.